Hey everyone, welcome back to Big Bruiser Man's Let's Play some Demon Souls. We are on the fourth episode now. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Ended up messing up my audio, and we lost about the first 6 minutes of it. So I'm gonna do some after commentary up until when we get the audio back at about like the 6 minute mark. So, what I was talking about here was just how we completed Act 1, 2, which was the Lord's Path, and I wanted to come here to the Depraved Chasm. But after you beat the Lord's Path, you can pretty much pick any of the Archstones that you want to go to. Now, when you first load into the Depraved Chasm, there's an item immediately under the bridge, which is a Noble Lotus again. It's a reminder, cures poison, and it'll be very good in the other areas of this 5th Archstone. Now, the enemies aren't too crazy. You got your basic guys that just have what look like a knife in their hand, and then you have these guys who have spears with fire on the end of them. The guys with fire on them can be a little dangerous because if they hit you, you'll do an animation like you're on fire. And the normal enemies can be dangerous because they have a rush move where they'll hit you several times and they go to push you. If they do it at the wrong point in time, that could actually push you over a ledge. And as you can see, this is all platforming, so you could lose to gravity that way. Or the damage will actually just outright kill you. And as you saw there was a rock trap that we avoided. We're killing the enemy that spawned that. And we have another enemy coming up here. Now, after I finish checking for enemies, we're going to come back here, and we have another item. And as you can see with that fire that's actually still going, that's another enemy that's just laying in wait. So we're going to roll down here. We're going to pick up our Morning Star. Then the enemy activates and we'll just kill him. Now, you could roll down to that side, but I recommend going this way because that plank that's actually standing straight up is a bridge that you can knock down. And now that leads to another item and an enemy. Now, unfortunately here, I got a little carried away, overswing, and fell down. Now I'm going to have to deal with several enemies. It is possible to do. Just, you got to be careful when it happens. And as you can see, I'm not handling it very well. And this is actually going to be our first death here. To the actual rush attack. That the rush killed me, but they still knocked me over the edge too. So you got to preview both of them. Now, this gives me a chance really quick to talk about how all the worlds have a white and black soul tendency. Now, by getting white soul tendency, you get that by killing bosses, not dying in human form. While to get the black soul tendency, you will do that by either dying in human form and or killing friendly NPCs. Both have good and bads to them. Normally, white soul tendency will unlock areas for you to get more items, while the black soul tendency will make the game harder for you and unlock the same areas, but also include red phantom forms of NPCs that can be very dangerous, but you'll get some unique items off of them. Now, I come back this way, so that way we can kill this guy and get the item, which is a Talisman of God. And the Talisman is really good because that's what you use to cast miracles. So if you didn't pick either the Temple Knight or the Priest, you can come here and get that, and then you can actually start equipping miracles and using them. And as you can see, we handle this much better than the first time. So now we should be coming up on when the audio picks back up. So let's go ahead and give that a listen. Alright, now we need more of these guys to get up. Now I'm going to avoid that hole that's right there to try and get to the other enemies here. And if first don't succeed, you try again. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone else is following. Okay. Now, even though we died a second time, it's not the end of the world because we were going to come back up and go down this side path I had mentioned before. Because we've got more items here. So on the first drop, you get a hero soul. And just some moon grass. And then we'll fall down here. And we get some more moon grass. But this third drop, this is the reason why you want to do this, because that is a ring right there. The ring of magical dullness. Alright, now we'll just have to be careful here. Alright, we got our souls back, and now we're going to continue down. Now, this is a bit of a trap, because we'll have two enemies down here that you got to be careful of. And looks like a third dude fell down. But that's okay, we got him. Alright, and then we'll have two guys with spears and fire. Try to be smart here. There we go. Now, there is a fall right here that you can go down, and there is a side path, but we're going to do that in a little bit. Alright, once you go through the fog gate, on your left here, we got some more Noble Lotus. Now, there is an item right there, but this is a bit of a trap, because as you go into the tall grass here, you'll have two enemies that get up. And if you're in the middle of the animation of picking up, they can attack you and hurt you. Alright, now, we got a hero soul from there, and then we got some faint stone from the actual enemy. Now, as you can see, there is an enemy that's got a spear with fire on it, but there's another enemy that's right here. So I'm going to try and get his attention around this corner here, because if you're not careful, he can actually push you over the edge. Now we're going to come deal with the spear. Unfortunate, he fell with an item. Alright, we're going to come back here. And at the very end, we're going to pick up our Saint's outfit. Now, once you pick that up, there are some enemies that'll get up to ambush you. So, be prepared for that. And now, these nasty looking enemies right here are actually bugs. And if you get too close when you hit them, they'll put poison on you. So if you have a ranged weapon, like my halberd here, you can hit them without worrying about getting the poison on you, or you could use a spear. But if you don't have anything like that, just be prepared to get poison on you. And when you kill these enemies, they have a chance at dropping Marrowstone, which is an upgrade material. Keep coming down here. And we have a merchant NPC right here.
You there. Won't you please buy something? My poor child is hungry.
She sells healing items. She sells some more of the Noble's Lotus and Widow's Lotus. Widow's Lotus will actually help quite a bit because that's the one that counteracts Plague. And Plague is much worse than poison when you get it. You got Black Pine Resin. And then we have some more weapons, and she also has the chainmail armor set.
Curses. I wasted my breath on you. Did that witch send you to torment me?
Yeah, she's not the nicest. Now, this is why I said we were going to go back, because as you can see, there are little rat enemies right here. What you want to do is you want to try and actually take these guys out before you do that side path. Because as you can see, when they hit you, these guys do Plague. And I personally like to clear them out before I come, because over here, that little path right there will lead you right into them, and when all of them are attacking you, they can stagger you and kill you very easily. So we're going to come up here.
For the poor child. Such a poor child.
And now we're actually going to buy one of the Widow's Lotus.
Finished already? My little one is a growing boy. Please be generous.
Now, if you're watching my health right now, as you can see, it's going down pretty quickly, and that's just Plague. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our Widow's Lotus. And now my health's not going down anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and heal up here. And I'm going to make my way back to that shortcut so I can show you guys what's over there. Now you want to be careful because there is a little grassy patch that you want to land on. If you go too far over to either side, you'll actually take damage in the fall. Alright, so as soon as you land, there are 2 enemies that, like I just took out. And we got another enemy right here. Let's see. Alright, we have 1 crystal lizard who just saw us, so I'm going to run after him. So the crystal lizard does lead you directly into the bug. Unfortunately, I did get poisoned and woke up some of the other enemies, so normally why it's not smart to chase after the crystal lizard right there. Alright, so now we're back at the shortcut, so let's give this a try again. There's more. Another enemy coming from behind. Take out the bug. And as we pick up these items, these other enemies will get up off the ground. Alright, our warrior soul. And this is the real reason why you want to come down the side path for the Blessed Mace +1. Very good blunt weapon, along with the fact that it does magic damage as well. Alright, so we kick the side path down, and we'll come over here. And as you can see, it leads into where all the rats are. Alright, now you want to be careful when you're walking past here, because as you can see, there's a rockfall trap that one of the enemies push, and if you go far enough, that enemy should actually fall down. It doesn't look like he wants to for me, so I'll just go a little bit further and get the attention of the very big enemy in front of us. Now this enemy you need to be very careful with, because if he actually connects with you, he will knock you to the ground. So you want to try and time either your blocks or dodges to where in the middle of the swing, you try and get around him. Because these enemies are very dangerous. As I mentioned, you want to try and get around them, because if you actually let them hit you, not only do they knock you to the ground, but they can keep you in that stun lock until they kill you. Now, as I come in here, you'll see enemy getting up. Get him. A couple more enemies that we can take out. Unfortunately, no one dropped anything, so we'll just continue on our way. Now we have some more bugs. Remember, just take them out from a distance. No more Marrowstone. Now there's another one of the larger enemies behind these two with the spears. So I'm going to slowly walk across the bridge to get their attention one at a time. Because if you try to take on all three of them, it becomes very difficult and you have a good chance of dying. Now we get the big one's attention. Now, I like to fight him over here because I have a little bit more room to roll and try and get around him. And there you can see he connected with me and took a decent amount of what health I have left. Go ahead and heal up, and then I'll head back up. And now he's down. Now we don't have any more enemies that we have to worry about here, because we are actually at the boss door. So this will take you into the boss room, but before you do that, you want to turn around and get this item here. Some full moon grass. Another very good healing item. Alright, looks like I am ready. So let's go ahead and take on Leechmonger. Now, Leechmonger isn't a terrible boss. While you're running down to him, he does do some range attacks where if he hits you, you get leeches on you, and they will do damage to you over time. Now, he is weak to fire damage. So if you have any way of putting fire on your weapon, that would be a good idea. Here he goes with his range attack. And he'll do lots of swings around himself to try and get you. He'll do slams into the ground to try and get you away from him. And the main thing you want to look out for is when it looks like he's starting to shudder, he will actually start to heal himself. And he should actually be doing that soon. Well, if you're not going to heal him, just kill you. Oh, there he goes. As you see, his health going up. So it's a good way for him to just prolong the fight. But we're just going to go ahead and end it. So not a super difficult boss. And like I said, if you have fire, he becomes even easier than that. So now we'll go around and we'll pick up our crescent moons here. And before you leave the area, you actually want to come back here because this is a breakable wall. And we get another sucker stone shard. Alright, with that, here's our archstone, and we're going to head back to the Nexus. After grabbing our writhing demon soul. Alright, we're back in the Nexus. I'll go ahead and do some inventory management, and I'll see you guys in the next one.